Welcome to Ink and Fitness. My name is Anthony. For those who are new to my channel, I am someone who went from skinny to fit, and these videos are just purely educational. So this way, if you are also someone who's on the skinnier side, then you can take what you're learning from inside of these videos, be consistent with them, apply them, of course, and get your own results. If you are someone looking for one-to-one coaching, the link for that will be down below. So feel free to check that out. But in terms of today's video topic, I'm going to give you guys some very simple advice, some simple tips, 5 of them specifically, for you guys who are specifically skinny and new to the gym. So let's get straight into things. Let's start off with the first tip, which is eating in a slight caloric surplus. So you don't need to eat thousands of calories above your maintenance. Honestly, that's only going to allow for you to gain excess fat that you don't need at all whatsoever. So a lot of people who do, who eat thousands of calories above their maintenance, they're hard gainers, they're dirty bulkers, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's a time and a place to do that, I guess, so and so, right? It just depends on the situation. But all in all, like if you want to effectively gain muscle without having to gain so much fat and without feeling like shit as well, because when one gains a lot of fat, excess fat that you don't need, it really does start to take a toll on your body. Your joints, you start to feel out of breath easier, and you get a lot of brain fog, and overall you feel a lot more fatigued easily, or you get a lot more fatigued easily than you typically would if you did things a little bit more in a very strategic way of bulking, right? So the strategic way to bulk in this case would be to eat in a slight caloric surplus, so anywhere between 3 to 500 calories. And obviously, with with eating in a slight surplus, our body will get used to what we're putting inside of it at a certain point. So, as it says right here, there will be times where you start to plateau in weight. So when this happens, just add an additional 3 to 500 calories to what you're already eating, and then boom, you should start gaining weight again. If you don't, you might have to add 3 to 500 more calories extra to what you already added on. So there's that. And then just the final important point, just make sure that you're eating a gram of protein per pound of body weight that you weigh, because that's also super important. I mean, protein is a very essential amino acid that you need, so that way you can, your body can rebuild itself. It's what actually makes you, essentially start to grow and build muscle. So do not knock it. Do not neglect it. I know for many years of my own fitness journey, I've neglected it for so many years, right? Not eating a gram of protein per pound of body weight that I weigh. So make sure you do that. Second tip is to make sure you weigh yourself, especially if you are bulking. Do it once per week. It does not have to be an everyday thing. Once per week is more than enough. By doing this, though, by actually weighing yourself, you can see and measure if you're making progress or not. So this is important because you need to see if you are gaining weight, right? And if you're not, what do you need to tweak inside of your eating? So this way you can actually start gaining some weight. So if you're not gaining weight, simply you just need to eat more. That's the kind of simplistic term. But all in all, like you might, thinking more strategically, you'll have to add 3 to 500 more calories to what you're already eating. And then, just gradually increase it, or increase the calories you're intaking, each time that you plateau, each time that you find yourself not progressing. So as you can see, this is why we need to weigh ourselves once per week, so this way we can see what the hell is going on, and tweak what we need to tweak. As far as where to track your weight, you can use any apps that you desire, but personally, just using the Notepad app on your smartphone is more than enough. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You could just put up on the title, the date of today that you're measuring your weight, and then put in the weight that you weigh. And if you guys are curious to know how to effectively weigh yourself, first thing in the morning, no food, no water, go pee, go poop, do your thing, and then just be in your underwear and weigh yourself. That should give you the most accurate reading of what you weigh. Oops. And then tip number 3 is training till failure. This is a really big one. Eating is very big. Eating honestly makes up 80% of your results inside of the gym, and the gym is 20% of your results. But when you hone everything together, when you get everything dialed in as far as fitness goes, so rest and recovery, training, and nutrition, you'll see some great results, right? As long as you're being consistent with it for prolonged periods of time. But as far as the training portion goes, training till failure is a big one, because not a lot of people are used to training or training till failure, or just in general used to exerting themselves. So what I would recommend is taking 2 sets till failure, And you might be asking, what does training till failure look like? And it just means going until you cannot do one complete rep anymore. So that's what it means. By training in this way, you are being efficient with your time, and you'll literally be in and out of the gym within an hour, right? So you're making every rep count. You're not staying inside of the gym for 2 hours plus. You're actually having fun with your training, because in my opinion, training till failure is very fun. Pushing oneself, pushing one's body and mentality is very fun. For me personally, and I think a lot of people would find it fun as well. So just take 2 sets till failure, and typically what failure looks like, or the rep range, is 6 to 8 reps. So picking a moderate weight that you can really, hone in your form, your technique. You should be able to hit that, that failure point within the 6 to 8 rep range. Now, as far as measuring progress goes, so this is the 4th tip: measure progress. So measure everything. You must measure progress for all your lifts, your weight, your calories consumed per day, your macros consumed per day. Without the data, we won't know what needs to be adjusted when you end up plateauing. So use a notepad app on your phone for tracking your weight, like I mentioned before, and your lifts as well. And use MyFitnessPal to track your calories and macros. And then the last point here, or the last tip, is progressive overload. So if you pair this up with training till failure, it's quite literally like the most magical thing ever. It is chef's kiss indeed, as you can see on the screen here. This is what's going to get you great results if you have your eating and recovery also dialed in. And for those that don't know what progressive overload is, you can progressively overload in 3 different ways: by increasing reps, by increasing sets, or by increasing the weight. The most popular way to progressively overload, though, is by increasing the weight. And so take this example, right? Because this is an example of progressively overloading with weights. So 1 week, we will do bicep curls for 20 pounds, as that is a moderate weight where we can control the exercise movement all the way throughout without having to ego lift or swing our body around. So we perform the 20-pound bicep curl for 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps, as that is the range where we will typically hit failure. If we end up hitting the top of the rep range, so 8, with proper form for both sets, then the following week we will increase the weight by 2.5 to 5 pounds, so we can repeat the process all over again. So what I mean by that is that next week we'll do bicep curls for 25 pounds, 2 sets, and as soon as we hit the top of the rep range again, 8 for both sets with good technique, good form, no ego lifting, we're able to increase the weight gradually once more and repeat that same process. So it's pretty simple, but a lot of people like to overcomplicate simple fitness stuff. So don't be one of those people. It's actually a lot easier than it seems to be, or what a lot of people make it out to be. So be patient with yourself, just be consistent, and above all, put in that hard work, because getting good results inside of the gym is not easy. If it were easy, everyone would be really built, fit, right, aesthetic, whatever, right? But that's not the case. So be compassionate. It's a journey. It's not something that's just going to be, a one and done type of thing where you do it for a few months and that's it. Unless you want to do that, go ahead. But if you are someone wanting to do this for, forever, essentially, then you just need to make it fit inside your lifestyle, which is definitely possible, because the biggest thing is that you make a conscious choice to make the gym fit inside of your day. You make the time for it, not say, oh, I'll go when I have the time. No, because if you give a shit about your health and fitness, then it's something you won't make time for. So that covers it for the video for today. Please comment down below what you guys want to see next in terms of a video idea. Make sure to subscribe as well. And if you are once more looking for one-to-one coaching, feel free to click on the link down below to check that out. But until the next one, guys, take care, peace, and much love to you all.